thought it was good.
No. I can't. From the mics. Okay, there.
Was it too much?
You were just way to the side. You couldn't hear it.
Oh,
Start.
okay. Are we good now?
Yes.
Are we filming? Are we recording? Yes, we are. Okay. Welcome back, Double Teamed fam. How are we doing today? So today we have Joe and Steve of First Rounds on Me, which is a dating app for people who actually want to go on dates. Like, you know, you're not dicking around. You like actually want to go like get a drink or something, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
Perfect.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think you nailed the 5-word description I gave you, but that was great.
Yeah, it's for people that don't want to bullshit on the apps for 2 weeks and then never actually meet up in person.
I like
So,
it.
Which is
yeah.
honestly something I've done.
We all
Yeah.
have. Yeah, that's
So,
why I
wait,
deleted
so you talk to someone, pretend you're interested, and then just never meet them.
Okay, I don't pretend I'm interested. I'm gauging my interest.
Okay, this is great. Explain to me the time process and what you need to do to feel like, okay, it's time.
Okay, so
1 second. Why is it not picking up yours? I'm not hearing hers.
Joel, don't make me redo that entire.
No.
Sorry, Joseph.
We can just ask him to redo the question, and we can edit that out. I don't know why.
Which part? Oh, it like kicked off now.
Yeah, like I can't hear you.
Wait, you unplug it.
That's why.
Where did I unplug it? Oh, can you hear me now? I'm so
Yes.
sorry, technical difficulties. Okay, all right. So what was the question?
Yeah, so you were saying that you're the type of person who wastes people's time and just talks to them for a while.
Okay.
And then you figure out, okay, now it's time to meet you. So
Okay.
I'm curious.
So here's my strategy if I'm going on a dating.
So
app.
this is, the strategy.
It's
okay.
a strategy,
Okay.
yes. So, you know, I'm swiping, right? Is it left or right? Whatever. Anyways, I haven't been on it in a while. So I swipe. I find a few like good candidates, right?
Okay.
And then I usually like, especially, you know, on Bumble, like I'll send a GIF. Hopefully it's funny.
Whoa.
But
You only send a what's it? Something
You send a
wrong with
what?
a GIF?
GIF?
Yes.
it? Okay, GIF.
Sorry.
Sorry.
GIF.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, pronunciation police over here.
I mean, I'm just saying that's like me calling you like Cami or something. Like it's just completely wrong.
Okay,
All
a
right,
GIF.
sorry. GIF. Anyways, so I send a GIF.
Yeah.
We'll see how the conversation goes, right? I can usually gauge within like I don't know.
10 minutes.
Yeah, usually about a 10-minute time
all right.
frame. Like
So that's
pretty
fair.
quickly, I'm like, okay, you know, maybe I want to meet this person. And then from there, like, if I don't want to meet them, but the conversation keeps going, and then they try to like initiate like meeting up with me. If I have no interest, I'm just like I'll deflect until like the conversation dies down.
So like a soft ghosting. So you won't
Soft
completely
ghosting.
ghost.
No, I don't. I never want to completely ghost because I think that's rude. Now I have like
But
been
soft ghosting is fine.
Yeah. This is.
Just drag
Okay,
it
that's the
out.
air sign in me.
Let
I
them
feel like the
suffer.
soft ghost is worse.
It might be worse.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. But I do like sometimes if it's like I will be honest. So like, hey, you know what? Never mind. I don't want to meet, and then I'll cut it off. It's just, you know, I am a people pleaser sometimes, and it's hard for me to like be direct all the
But
time.
if you say, hey, I want to be honest with you, I don't want to meet you, and then they ask you a question, you answer, it's like, oh, shit, she's playing hard to get. Well, like, what?
Maybe that's how you would take it. I don't know.
I don't know.
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah, like, why would you
like
keep
if
answering
if they're
me?
like, hey, I want to meet, and you're like, and then deflecting, like then you clearly don't want to meet.
No, exactly. But some guys don't pick up on that.
Well, it is interesting because a lot of people say they want honesty, right? And everyone to be upfront. And then honesty hurts. So it's like you don't want to hurt anybody. You
Oh,
don't want to
exactly.
hurt. So it's tough.
And people have a
always
hard
tough.
time being upfront. They
Yeah.
really do. So then they're not upfront.
Especially
about it.
to, I mean, well, not especially too, but you know, sometimes, you know, when it's a stranger on an app that you've never even met, like,
You have no skin in the game, right?
But now you two are unique. So when you are meeting people, say on an app, because I don't know how you meet your partners, but what are you gauging for? Are you gauging for like straight up physical attraction, or are you gauging?
Depends on what I want. Like if I want sex, then yeah, just physical
But now,
attraction.
all 4 of your partners, do they all bring something different to the table?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Really?
One's more serious, 2 are very casual. One, her and I just like to tag team dudes together.
There's a woman
There's
involved
a woman
too.
involved,
Oh,
yeah.
that's fascinating.
Yeah.
So
But all my partners are like all my partnerships are different. So yeah, when I go on the apps, like sometimes I'm just kind of like seeing what's out there and like feeling the energy out. Or other times I'll just see how, like, if I would just want sex, I'll just see if I can find.
So you do
out.
use the apps.
Occasionally, I haven't used them in months.
Which ones?
Bumble and Hinge. I hated Hinge.
Why?
I don't like Hinge. I haven't
Really?
used
I
Hinge
feel like
in
Hinge
over
was
a
the
year.
best.
Ugh.
Really?
I met my girlfriend on Hinge.
Oh, nice.
I thought Hinge
Amazing.
was, and this is no reflection on you and your girlfriend, pretentious.
Agreed. Agreed.
Okay.
But every single time. Okay, now I will say, my longtime ex partner, he and I met on Hinge, but that was like the one positive Hinge experience I had.
Same. I had one.
But Tinder is known as a hookup app
I don't use Tinder.
I found great connections on Tinder.
because you're looking to hook up, aren't you?
Yeah, but I made some great friends. Like some
Who have I
solid
met on
friendships.
Tinder that I really liked?
No,
The
but
British guy.
at least for me, like when I put that I'm non-monogamous and I'm bi and I like BDSM, that did not go over well on Hinge.
What's BDSM?
Kink. So like
Kink.
Um,
Listen,
I feel
my
like
whole sexual world is being. Before meeting my girlfriend,
okay.
I was probably the equivalent to a 16-year-old guy,
Okay.
right? So now, within this last 2 years, if you met the sexual
Gotcha.
Joe before and after, it's light years. But I still have.
Still have a ways to go.
Wait.
I can
He's a
sense
different.
that.
He's a new man. Yeah, he's a new man.
Okay. So Joe's going through his sexual awakening.
Yeah.
Is that what
Fair
we're
to
gathering?
say.
Yeah. Oh wait, we never told who's who. So you're Joe.
I'm Joe.
Say
Joe
hi,
is in the white if you're watching YouTube.
Joe's in the light.
Steve is
Steve.
in the black.
Say hi, Steve.
It's a navy blue, like a midnight blue.
Is
Yeah.
it?
That is not navy blue.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
black.
It's
That's
navy.
black.
I'm sorry, Steve.
It's navy.
Okay.
Definitely. We'll
anyways.
talk
I'm
about
the
that
color
later. Yeah.
police and you're
Okay. Oh, but yeah, I'm Steve.
pronunciation
Yeah.
police.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, you spoke a little bit about butt plugs and stuff like that. And
So that's not necessarily kink, but
that's
kink-
not kink.
Think more like power exchange, dominant submission, bondage,
Last
shibari.
night we did a little kink, and so
What did y'all do? I'm curious.
I mean, to you, it's probably going to be nothing.
Okay.
But
Did you say daddy?
I had. She hates that. She's got that. I don't know.
Okay,
how
so
much
she
I
doesn't
said
like
that.
daddy.
We have daddy issues
Yeah,
too.
we all
okay?
do.
Yeah,
We
we
all
all
do.
are
It's
like-
not a sexy thing when I say daddy. Not,
Okay.
It's a very big turnoff. But yesterday I had a really long day.
Okay.
Came home. I was very agitated, work stuff. And I was like, how do I channel all this anger? And
Okay.
she's very sexual. So I was like, you know what? Let's see if this works. I was like, get over here. And she's like, what? So this
Oh.
is like out of the normal for me. She's
Okay.
like, come here. I was like, get on your knees right now. She's like, okay. And I like start like really,
Joseph,
really
okay,
grabbing
wow.
her. And I was like, you need to listen to me. And I was like,
Did she
no one at
consent
work
to-
listened to me today. And you're going to listen to me. And she's like, wow, this is amazing. And I was like, in my head, like, this is all it takes. I was like, all right. And she's like, I'm so wet right now. And I was like, yes. And then
Perfect.
we just parlayed that. But
Okay.
it was just like
That's
way
like
more.
soft power exchange.
Yeah. And like I
Okay.
kept playing on that. And, you know, as we started the penetration, it was
Captain?
more of that.
Not daddy? No, okay.
Captain.
I had a submissive that used to call me master. I really liked that.
Master. Okay.
Yeah.
I usually go
Well,
by
I love
mistress.
that y'all tried that out.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, and I love that you thought about me, not listening to you at work to get you going.
Yeah.
I feel really nice about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. That's interesting. Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh wait, real quick. What do you guys each do for the app? Like, what are your roles? In
So
the...
I'm the CEO and founder. So I
Okay.
started it. And then Steve's kind of like my Swiss Army knife.
okay,
Yeah. I focus on like content and social media,
nice.
and then pretty much whatever we need because there's
Okay.
4 of us and we all wear like 9 hats at a time.
Gotcha.
So we,
Yeah.
we heard about sex parties.
Oh yeah.
So-
oh, y'all should come.
Well, part of his, work agenda for the week is going to be to attend. And
I'm expensing it. Yeah.
yeah.
Wait, which one?
I don't know. We're gonna. Chat
I was gonna
about
say,
one.
yeah, it better be with
Oh,
us.
it's, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Of
okay.
course.
Oh,
I
he
was
told
gonna
me
say,
through you guys.
okay,
Yeah.
all right.
for
Okay,
sure.
good.
Perfect. Yes,
We can also
definitely should.
Well, we'll talk about it offline. Okay.
Yeah.
Because we have an array that we attend. So.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
a.
But that's what I'm saying. One of the couples that I met on Tinder was the one that throws the sex parties that I attend, and they're great friends of mine. They're swingers. My husband and I had, at the time, he was my husband. We had a foursome with them, and then we went to their.
And there's no jealousy in any of this.
Jealousy exists. Like, it doesn't go away in non-monogamy,
Okay.
but you learn how to manage it better, if that makes sense. I don't really get as jealous anymore. I still do occasionally. It's not like it doesn't happen. I'm still a human, but it's just like I know how to handle it, and usually like I can get to the root of it and kind of work through it pretty quickly.
Okay.
So yeah.
So before, her mic wasn't working. Cammy's mic wasn't working. And you did a little adjustment like this,
Yeah.
which got me thinking, do you ever play in the same circle?
Oh no, we've never
No.
touched
Never.
the same penis.
And then
We have kissed some of the same women.
Yeah.
But you'll never. Is that like a hard no? Is it too
Yes,
much?
It's a hard no.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like as soon as Nikki sleeps with someone, it's like I see them as a big brother.
Except Calvin.
And Arion.
Wait,
Except
what do you mean
Calvin and
accept?
Arion.
So we had a conversation during one of our episodes. Someone
did.
had asked, and we did a Q&A. Someone asked, which one of your sister's partners would you sleep with? And so she said Calvin, who's one of my current friends with benefits. And then I said Arion, who's one of her previous friends with benefits.
Previous.
Oh, wow.
Like a wife swap, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
but
that
we've
was
never
it.
done it.
Have you guys
never
always
do it.
been this open about like all things sex and
Yeah.
or it's like a gradual like
I would say in the last couple of years we've been a lot more open about it, but we used to like read
It
the
was
same
maybe a
sex
little
books.
bit more gradual. Just
Yeah.
a smidge.
Who pushed who?
She did, surprisingly.
She pushed you?
Huh?
Yeah, you introduced me to all the books. And
Oh,
then,
that's
But
true.
I
That's
explored
true.
more. I think I took it more to heart and was like, I want to try this.
So currently you have 4. How many do you have?
I mean,
Basically, it's just I like I said, I'm in my little situation, and then like I have a few,
But it must make you. What's his name? Can we share his name?
Huh? No.
Okay. So what's his name? It must make you way. I mean, not that you weren't previously, but way more attractive, just in every sense that like she's talking about sex all day, and she's just gonna be out there doing her thing, and I want her to myself, and he can't.
I don't know if it works that way.
No.
I don't know.
For
I think it
him,
depends on the guy.
it really does.
I'm
Okay.
curious. So, like, say, for example, I'll ask you first. So, if you met someone on a dating app who's non-monogamous, what would be your reaction?
well, it's funny. I was just gonna ask you guys. So is everyone that you're with also non-monogamous, or are you the only person there?
That's a good question.
No, my female partner, she's non-monogamous, but my male partners are monogamous.
That's really interesting. So
Yeah.
they're open to being non-monogamous in terms of being with you, but you can do whatever you want, essentially.
So one of them, yes, though he would like to explore more like group stuff together. So the one you met. So we might go down that path, and maybe eventually he might be more like non-monogamous. The other one of them dates around. The other one isn't seeing anyone else, but it's a very casual relationship, and we kind of have the understanding that like we're just enjoying each other at this time. Eventually it will end, and he'll probably go find a monogamous partner. So
Yeah, I feel like that would kind of be how I would be, because
yeah.
I don't get in relationships often, like almost never. So like if it was just casual, then
Yeah.
I'd be cool with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing him like 9 months now. So it's a long time
Okay.
of just like having fun. Yeah, it's been great. But like
Nice.
a good friendship, they're still like very intimate connections. Like we talk every day, we support each other. Like we share feelings, all these things. It just doesn't have like the escalator of like, oh, it will reach a relationship one day. So yeah.
Do you think that's like a maturity thing? Because I've found recently that I only want to like hook up or sleep with somebody if I actually like really like them, which was kind of like the opposite of my 20s, where it was kind of like a free for all.
Wait, how old are
Steve
you?
was a numbers guy.
Oh, not intentionally.
He was
Right, we're
big
numbers
numbers
people.
guy. Big.
It's okay.
Like infamous around town.
Oh,
Yeah.
Love that.
I'm 35.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I told you that.
I forgot
Taurus,
about
She
that.
didn't remember. She didn't
Gemini.
remember my
Your
name. How do you think
skin
she's gonna remember how old?
looks
I
Oh,
am? Thank you.
Skin looks phenomenal.
It's the
Okay.
lighting.
I told him whatever
Joseph
skin
hooked it up.
routine he's doing,
We
keep
gotta
working
get
at
it
it,
on.
man.
Yeah,
It's
thank
really
you.
working
Appreciate
for you.
that.
Yeah.
We gotta redo our Botox. Anyways, so it wouldn't be a turn off if someone was like, "Hey, I'm not monogamous."
No, it wouldn't be a turnoff, but it's not like I don't want to watch or like
Okay,
probably
that's fine.
hear about it
You don't have
necessarily.
to.
Yeah.
A lot of my partners are like, "I don't want to hear about it."
Yeah.
A lot of times, my ex-husband, he would be like, "I don't care what you do, just don't tell me about it." But then, but he would
What does
just
that
want to
mean? I
know.
don't care what you don't tell me about it. Like
He just wouldn't want to, like, he would want to know, like, "Hey, I'm gonna go see someone," so I tell him. But like, he wouldn't want the details, like, "Oh,
You
I
want to
like."
like sit over popcorn and be like, and then he put his finger, like,
See, for me, it's more about like as I get older, I think it's more about like the cleanliness. Like as long as
yeah, that was a question I had up here that I didn't ask. Is it all unprotected?
No,
All
So-
protected.
not all protected.
Okay.
It depends on the partner and kind of like what we negotiate. But I also get tested pretty regularly, so I don't know. I mean, I keep it safe as I can.
Okay.
And I think, I mean, with anything, there's always risk involved. Like,
Right.
that's just kind of what happens in sex. And
But I feel like
But-
you are part of this non-monogamous circle. You're always like kind of hooking up, sleeping with the same people.
but like in a
He's
little.
open-minded.
Okay, so a
Thank
roster.
you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
So like a
you have
roster.
you have a little roster.
A little roster. Yeah.
That's nothing wrong with that.
No, I think it's great.
But I think the difference between like a roster and non-monogamy, because I think a lot of times people are like, oh, so you're just like, when I say I'm non-monogamous and then I'm, all my partners are casual, so they're like, that's just a roster. They're like, what's the difference?
Okay.
Difference being when I am in a serious relationship, like it will remain non-monogamous, not like once I enter a serious relationship, all my other people go away. Like that's not it.
But also another point is, like even if like let's say someone does have a roster and non-monogamy, they usually do communicate with their other partners like, hey, I am with other people.
I'm sleeping with other people.
Doesn't always happen in monogamy.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just dating and maybe you're hooking up with people, but you don't tell them.
Like, does your roster know that you have a roster?
I mean, they know we're not like exclusive, but we don't
Okay.
like talk details.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you do have people who get crazy.
What does that mean?
What do you mean by
Yeah.
You got some stalkers.
Oh.
Sure.
For sure, you got some
We'll light
stalkers.
some Palo Santo. Why? Oh, sorry.
What's that?
I said, we'll light some Palo Santo.
Oh yeah, please. Thank you. That'd be great. Yeah. What was the original question?
I don't remember. Wait,
Why do you have stalkers?
I have a question for you.
Sure.
Sorry to get sidetracked from the stalker question, but what you and your girlfriend, have you ever like discussed like threesomes or any like group play?
So it's funny.
Parties.
So she's the best. She's like, if you ever get the urge to sleep with somebody else, tell me,
okay.
because I'm so open to a threesome, because she's technically bi, right? She's been with women, and if I told her that I was, wanted to spice it up, she would easily bring another woman in.
Nice.
Which is great, but I don't know, 2 reasons. One, I don't know if I love her too much to even take that chance of like,
Okay.
ruining anything. And 2, I don't know if I'm sexually capable of. I'm doing just a good enough job right now with one. So
I think that's fair. Actually, a lot of dudes have like that fear. My partner, the one that you met, he was like, I really love the idea of a threesome. He's like, but I don't know if I can handle that.
yeah, and
So.
as the pressure builds up for us,
Yeah.
it could be so anticlimactic where we have this whole big threesome night. We bring in this partner, and then
New sheets.
new sheets, new underwear.
Yeah, everything.
And then nothing happens, and it's like,
Take some
Well, I think.
Viagra.
Yeah. I have a heart issue though. I don't actually have a heart issue, but I am worried about that just in case. But I think like for a threesome to be successful, I think the women have to be as into each other, or almost as into each other as they are into the guy, or vice versa. Like I think everyone has to be a willing participant.
see, I would be
Agreed.
so down to watch her and another woman. Like I wouldn't even think that was cheating.
I get that request all the time.
So-
Like my dudes will be like, "Can I just watch?" And I'm like, "Nah, dude. Like,
So
yeah,
her
sure you can,
roommate-
but then I feel like I'm just on display, and not that there's anything wrong with that. I don't know if I'm as much of an exhibitionist as I think I might be. But
It's interesting, all the different variations of people. Her roommate is bi as well, and
Do you like the roommate?
You don't have to answer that.
we're,
We can edit that out.
Yeah, you
we're
can
on
say what you
a
feel and
upward positive trajectory right now.
Okay.
We
was-
were at rock bottom.
Oh, so it's a bad
Yeah.
oof.
Oh, so
That reaction, I also thought you were like, yes.
I
wanna
thought
have-
you were like, I don't want to say
you
that
mean
I'm attracted to.
attracted to? No, not
No.
attracted
Okay.
to.
Gotcha.
No.
Gotcha.
But her boyfriend and her split, and then, or not split, but she hooked up with a woman, and the boyfriend flipped out. And Hannah was telling me, and I was like, yeah, if you hooked up with a woman right now while we were together, I'd probably just be like, oh, nice, that's hot. Like I don't
Okay.
care.
See, and that's totally fine for you to feel that way.
Yeah.
Totally valid. I guess a lot of people in like the non-monogamy community, at least, they're like, well, like that, it's not for the male gaze. Like it's not like the purpose of non-monogamy. Not that that is.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but that is, I recognize where a lot of people get started, and I think that's totally fine. Like you kind of see both. Like you'll see people that get like mad about it, and then you see the people that are like, who cares? So I think it just depends on whether you're talking like which side of the
Yeah, and I
community
wouldn't want to do
you're
it for
talking
my benefit. Like I wouldn't want to be like,
Yeah, but I
gaze,
get
oh,
it. Like
do it for me. No,
it's a fantasy. Like it's
It
hot.
is a
yeah, you
fantasy,
want to
yeah.
see it. Who doesn't love lesbian porn, right? So you don't like it?
I need.
I never jerked off to
So
lesbian.
I
porn,
have
ever.
a one penis max per video.
Same, but it has to
Okay.
be a penis.
And it doesn't
video.
matter what the ratio is. I no more than one penis, but I also need a penis. Like
Yep,
I
agreed.
can watch some lesbian porn, but like
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
because
totally with you.
you're kind of stepping into their mind.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's you doing what he's doing.
Interesting.
Very-
and I don't
I
actually
would
watch so
think
much
about it
porn. I watch porn like once a week max. Like once,
That's-
yeah.
that's-
Not that bad.
Same, but I guess I'm in a relationship. But we incorporate porn into our nights sometimes.
Oh, that's great.
I think
Yeah.
that's
I need to do
Sweet.
that more.
Oh, it's so awesome because sometimes you're like watching porn's so easy. Like you just get hard in a second. So like she's like throw some porn. I'm like all right, sick. And then I'm just like hard in a second, and it's like all right, we're ready to go. There's no like anticipation or build up. It's just
Yep.
guns blazing. We're ready
Yeah.
to go.
Mm. Okay.
Did y'all ever have a conversation about porn before, like when you entered your relationship? Like, was she like, "Hey, it's cool if you watch it. Like, I don't care," or anything like that? I think
Yeah.
that's always healthy to have.
Well, she kind of was teaching me the ropes about communication in bed and all this stuff. So even porn came up, and I was like, oh, I don't want to watch porn with you. Like that's weird. And she's like, well, do you like porn? I was like, yeah. She's like, all right, well, I like you and you like porn, so throw some porn on. And I was like, all right.
Ah, that is.
So
nice.
yeah,
She
I
sounds
like-
like she has a good head on her shoulders.
Yeah.
I like
gonna
it.
Say.
I like it.
She does. I can vouch for that.
Oh,
Oh,
but
nice.
wait, what's her birthday? What's your birthday? What are y'all signs?
she's December 13th, so I think that's a
Sagittarius.
Sag.
Yep.
I'm Taurus, May 1st.
Oh,
Oh, you're
Sagittarius.
both
and a
Taurus.
Taurus season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh yeah.
Taurus and Sag. Very interesting combo.
Yeah, that would give me the rundown.
So Sagittarius is a mutable sign. That honestly, the way that you're describing her kind of explained her like openness to like sexuality and her
Yeah.
and Sagittarius is a sign of bisexuality. So
Okay.
so I'm not surprised that she's bi. Taurus is a fixed sign. So I guess to explain like the modalities, our guests are probably like, oh, here we go.
No, it's good.
Sorry,
our
everyone.
listeners. But so Sagittarius is mutable, so they could go either way. Taurus is fixed. They're like, I'm good right here. This is comfy. I like it. I'm going to
100%.
stay right here. And then you have cardinal signs, which like Cami and I are cardinal. That's Libra, where it's like we see a direction and we're like, that's where we're going. So yeah, mutable and fixed. That's like a nice energy. It can be really nice.
So is that like a stubborn, like a Libra? Is that stubborn or?
no,
No,
you
Taurus
guys
is
would
When
be
you
more
say-
stubborn.
Oh, when you say
100%.
fixed, though, what do you mean? Like,
So you guys would be fixed. So more like once they kind of find a good area where they feel like comfortable, good,
Okay.
safe, whatever,
100%.
then they kind of like buckle in, if that makes sense.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. What's his rising? Gemini rising? That's mutable. So that might
What's
affect.
mutable?
Mutable is the one where you could kind of go either way. We'll
Okay.
do a whole chart reading separate from this. Yeah.
Okay.
Which I'm curious, now that your reaction, it has me wondering, because I used to ask guys on the dating apps all the time, I'm like, when's your birthday? Pretty early on, because I love astrology and I really like to study it. And we've worked with astrologers in the past, so I always get kind of mixed reactions. But what's your reaction when a girl asks for your birthday or your sign?
I think after 5 years in LA, I'm used to it.
You're used to it?
yeah,
Okay.
I'm numb to it.
Do you just go along with it?
Yeah.
But
I'm
was
actually
it like that in New York?
no.
No, when I first got out here, I was like, this is ridiculous.
Fuck this.
Now, but also personally, I've become more into,
Spirituality.
yeah, that's exactly spirituality, right? At first,
Okay.
I'd laugh about it, like, yeah, spirituality, yeah, my ass. But now, it is interesting.
Yeah, once you
Very
get into it.
interesting. I like it.
Yeah, and just getting older and realizing like I don't know shit about anything, and just being open to stuff because
Yeah.
I don't really know. So
Well, I mean, so if you're a Gemini rising and you have your Taurus sun and moon, that means they fall in your 12th house. So 12th house is like unknown spirituality, those things. So you could benefit from tapping more into your spirituality.
I'm going on Saturday.
Oh, where are you going?
His name is escaping me.
Danny.
Danny. Yeah, I'm going to see Danny on Saturday.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I
Doing
love
what?
that.
A reading, like a full
Who's
chart.
Danny? And what kind
Yeah.
of reading
Our
is this?
astrologer friend.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
I'm excited,
I
yeah.
love this. Love
Very
this.
excited. Yeah.
Danny's great. You'll
Yeah,
love
he's-
him. You should also meet up with Nadej. She's phenomenal. She does sextrology readings.
Okay.
So they're more like sexually oriented. Though Danny will probably cover that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
would say.
Danny gave me a great reading in the Abbey the other night. So.
Oh,
Yeah, and he'll get
Yeah.
way into it. And at one point, you'll be like, dude, how do you know me?
What did he give you?
I mean, he kind of scratched the surface, but he teed me up for
He
this.
touched you?
No, he did touch my heart a little bit.
He said
But
scratch the
yeah.
surface. I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm excited. So that's gonna be an in-depth reading on Saturday. So
I
that'd be
love
cool.
that you're
Love
open
that.
to that.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's great.
I definitely
Next, we're
open
going to
it-
get you some crystals.
I will take you. Yeah, we'll take you to a witchy shop.
We're going to get you a
Let's do it.
pendulum.
Let's do it.
Oh, I know you brought up like worst date. That just came to mind.
Let's hear it.
No, yeah.
Oh yeah,
So,
best and worst date experiences. Go.
so this is definitely the worst. Well, it's up there. It's just weird, not worst.
Actually, let's only pick one. So we're gonna go with worst
yeah.
for you.
So I met this woman at the beach, right? And she was with her daughter. All right. So right off the bat, I was like, not my comfort zone, but She was pretty hot.
But you're open to
Wait,
it.
so with
Okay.
a daughter?
yeah, she was with her daughter.
How old is the daughter?
Ooh, 10, 11?
Oh, wow.
jeez.
Yeah, but she
Okay.
like definitely
How old are you again?
32.
32.
Okay.
So we started hooking up, but she was into these crystals, right? Different level, right? We walked into the house. She had a calendar that
The
wasn't.
daughter went away, I hope.
So there was no January, February, March, April, May, blah blah blah. There was the crystal calendar, and I was like, "What is that?" And she's like, "Well, I'm a light," and I was like, "What do you mean you're a light?" She's like, "I'm not a human, I'm a light,"
Okay.
and I was just like, "What the fuck's going on here?" Right? So I kept seeing her, and every day she talked to me about my light. She's like, "You're also not a human, you're a light." So I'm like, "Okay, interesting." So it had to be our last date. And I knew like we weren't going to see each other anymore. And she's like, I need you to help pack up my friend's apartment because she's moving and it was the pandemic, so she wasn't here. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, sure. We go to this apartment and the whole apartment is crystals, right? Mm-hmm. And now we have to, and I kid you not, there must have been 100 crystals and they weighed about 100 pounds each, right?
Yeah, some of them were heavy. Yeah.
So we spent 3 hours lugging crystals up and down this fucking apartment, right?
Okay.
And
Should have hired movers.
I get out and I'm just cut up and I'm bleeding. And I was like, this is a great sign that this is the end of this.
The
And then
relationship.
that
I hope
was
you
it.
said some good manifestations while you
While
were holding them.
them,
Yeah,
Oh
you
my
should have.
God, it
Yeah.
was intense. Very
Okay.
intense.
Yeah, that sucks. Wait, so that was a date though?
That was a date.
I guess technically.
Yeah, I mean, like,
You were dating, and that was
it was like
yeah,
our
yeah.
fourth or fifth time hanging out. And it was like, move your friend out of the apartment date. And I was like,
Yeah,
all right,
okay.
sure.
Why
And
not?
I thought that was going to be, I never slept
Was
with
that
her.
you said in LA?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. In LA.
Shit, that happens in LA. Yeah.
And I didn't even sleep with her.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah, and she sent me the first naked pic the night before. So like we were like right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And you're
okay.
like, nah, never mind.
Yeah, I just got
Yeah.
so turned off and I was like, as sexy as you are and as nice as your body is, nah.
Is
not
that is
worth
that
it.
why you think you lasted like 4 or 5 dates because you were trying to sleep with her? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
like her.
So if you slept with her on the first or second date, there probably wouldn't have been.
But I also don't like to do that.
Me neither.
You don't like to do it?
I don't like to sleep with someone if I know I'm never going to see them again, like full on lead them on. I don't like to do that.
Okay.
So I have to find a middle ground. Like this one in particular, I probably would have hung around for a while to like see how the sex was and just kept it sexual. But I wouldn't sleep with her and then never speak to her again.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a big thing of mine.
I don't know that I do that to someone either, but I've definitely done it. Like I wouldn't intentionally do it, but I've
Yeah, I've
definitely
done
like
it
slept with
too.
someone and then like
And then
never
I've gotten-
spoken another
Well,
word.
it's not. It's half being nice, but half what you have to deal with, right? Like so, the few times that it has happened, the amount of shit like texting and calling and cursing me out, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm never doing this again. Like,
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, and as I get older too, I start to think about like, what if I get her pregnant? My life's like if I don't like a person, like it's like I
Use
start having.
condom?
We're pro
Yeah, I
choice
mean,
here.
but I'm just saying, like, and what if she's not, right?
Have that discussion before you have sex.
Right, but it doesn't always happen.
do you think there's a little Steve out there somewhere?
No,
0% chance.
I mean not a 0% chance, probably like a
Okay, so
30% chance.
someone knocks on your door tomorrow from the Jersey Shore, 15 years ago, and it's like, do you remember that night outside DJ's? I'm so and so. Here's your 12-year-old son.
I mean, if it's mine, I gotta handle it. I gotta.
What do
I
you
mean, not
think?
handle
You
it.
gotta
I
step
gotta
up.
step
Yeah,
in.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's why I moved to California.
I
I'm
think
on the run.
being a numbers guy,
I'm not a numbers guy.
I'm a numbers guy. And the
Okay.
amount of times that the amount of women that you probably slept with versus the odds of getting someone pregnant, I'd say there's a little Steve out there.
That's bullshit.
There's a little
don't
Steve
even
out
put
there.
that into
Have
me.
Okay, so you're insinuating that his number is really high. What would you say your number's at?
And be honest.
You don't have to answer that if you don't want
I
to.
don't mind answering it, but I don't.
You stop keeping
It's
track.
not something. I definitely stopped keeping track, but it's not
Same.
something I like wear with pride. Right? It's
He is a good guy, and this was
Hey,
just
number
me-
doesn't
Hey, the
affect
number
It's-
of
it's
not
not affect-
people you
it's
sleep
me.
with does not determine.
it's
Yeah.
me.
because it's. I would say it's more like just a byproduct of being single for 15 years.
Yeah.
And sleeping with meeting a lot of people, and I always tell Joe like. I kind of just like I don't look for a relationship. I don't not look for a relationship. I just kind of live my life. And if I meet people along the way and whatever happens. So
I gotta look at your chart. You don't
So what's
sound
the number?
monogamous to me.
I'm just curious.
You don't sound monogamous to me.
it's probably, the older I get, the less I think I am. So,
Interesting.
but I've never actually like declared it or like I don't know enough
Takes
about
time
it.
to figure out if that's what you are or not.
But I don't know. Numbers probably like 150.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not
I mean,
bad.
like probably like half you guys, right?
No,
I'm
I
under
mean, if you
100
could-
combined, but I mean, I don't think so. No, even then.
I think I'm still under 100. I don't know, but
yeah.
we always say over 70, over 100, somewhere in that range.
over 80, under 100.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, number of people that you sleep with does not dictate if you're good or bad.
Yeah.
Think about Hitler. He probably slept with one
I don't
chick.
want to put him on the spot in a bad way.
I don't. Well, I guess for some girls, maybe they're like, oh my god, he's or like,
Yeah.
or vice versa. A guy might look at a woman that's been with a lot of men and been like,
Are you kidding me?
reminds me of that DM comment. Remember
What?
the other day, someone commented on one of our TikToks. They were like,
Fuck the comments.
they said, women that sleep with more than 5 men have an 80% chance of not being happy.
Wait, women that sleep with more than 5 men,
Have an 80.
Oh, I saw you guys post that in the stories.
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
5
yeah.
men their whole life?
Yeah.
Get the.
I
I
know,
said
right?
I'd probably be 80% like unhappier if I'd only slept with 5 men in my life.
100%.
Fuck that comment.
100%.
But it really, like, to some people, the number does matter. To me, I don't give a shit. Like, to me, it doesn't, what happened in your past shouldn't affect.
I love
Oh,
knowing
yeah, for
people's
sure.
numbers. I love knowing people's numbers.
For
What is
sure.
yours? Because you made it sound like you were a prude earlier.
Ooh. No, my numbers are definitely, I'd
You
say
don't have to
around
answer it.
around the 80, 90. But
Okay.
but how many of those 80, 90 were like really good sex? Probably 10.
I have a Hall of Fame. And
Yeah.
I was gonna say, how many times have you gotten chlamydia? Those 3 are
Oh, wow.
out.
twice. When I was 17, I got it once accidentally.
All
I
right.
didn't
So
know what I
what
was
about
doing.
your first time?
What?
What was it like?
First time I had chlamydia?
No.
The second time was shortly after because the antibiotic didn't work. So, anyways.
Oh, so
digress.
that's only one. That only counts.
That
as
only
one.
counts as one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take
Prolonged-
it. I'll take
prolonged.
it.
Yeah, what, the
chlamydia.
first time you both had
Wait,
sex?
hold on. First, Steve needs to tell us his worst date, and
Oh,
then
okay.
then we'll talk about our first times.
Okay.
Oh, but we can just let it flow.
Ah,
If you don't
okay,
want
but-
to, if you don't want to drum up a worst date,
No, I
experience-
actually had one like 4 weeks ago.
Oh, let's hear it.
Yeah, it was. So it wasn't like the worst date ever, but so I had tickets to. Do you know?
He's gonna
Sal-
recount his date with Cami, and Cami's gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Okay, you had tickets too.
Yeah, I went to Gracias Madre, and it was. No, I'm kidding. I had. So do you know Sasha Alex Sloan?
Who?
She's an artist, musical artist.
Okay.
Great artist, but it's like it's not something a guy goes to unless you're going on like a date. But I really like her music, so I bought tickets. Took this girl. It was basically a first date,
Okay.
and like she shows up at my place like 45 minutes late with like a giant like sippy cup full of alcohol. She drove there, and I'm like, all right, this is not a great start. She's like spilling it all over herself. She has to go up to my apartment and change her outfit. So it's like an hour late. So it's like this whole process. The ride there was kind of just like, I was like, I'm already want to go home, not vibing with this girl at all. And we get to the concert and it's like kind of like an open floor plan. Like you can kind of go wherever you want. And for like 2 hours, this girl's just running around the venue like a 12-year-old, like on like hopped up on sugar. So like I'm like I love the music. I'm just enjoying the concert by myself and like literally just letting her run around the
You have
venue,
no
like
idea where she was.
tiring herself out so she sleeps on the way home or something.
Wow. Okay.
And it was like, and she's probably gonna see this because she probably watches a lot of my stuff. No offense, you're a good person, I think.
He's looking into the camera.
But the date was rough. But like literally, I felt like I had I was the uncle that had a crazy niece that just had to like let her do her thing. And
Yeah.
it was,
Didn't you say
That sounds awful.
during the song there was a part of the song where it was like really quiet?
yeah, she just screamed at the top of her lungs, and it was like a super sappy, like romantic song, and she just lets out like this howl, and like it was like I don't really get secondhand embarrassment, but like she's standing right next to me, and I'm like, fuck this girl.
and you're
So-
6'5", so you stand out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that
No
was
one's
like a
missing
month
that
ago,
one.
and that was brutal.
Wow.
And I don't
Okay,
go
but
on a lot
like-
of dates, so
Why would you take a first date to a concert? That's a
I think that's great.
but that's a time commitment.
I know.
is a time
You
I
want
lo-
it to be quick.
See,
if it
that's because I don't have a lot of dating experience, so it was a rookie mistake.
Which is why we made the app, because it's just a drink.
Yeah,
And you can get out of that very quickly.
Hey DT fam, we have a new sponsor for y'all, and this one goes out to our male listeners.
Guys, if you got to go to the doctor, it's a whole process.
It really is.
You gotta
They don't
drive
make
there.
it easy.
You got to park, then you got to go up to reception, check in, wait, then they put you in a little room, then you got to wait some more, then the doctor comes in, and then they give you a prescription.
all you needed was a little pill to help out with the little ED issue. That's nothing major. Then you got to go home, pay for parking, which is BS. Then you got to wait for the prescription to get filled at your local pharmacy. Then you got to go pick it up. There's a lot of travel with all of this involved, when all you could have done is just gone to rexmd.com. Yes, RexMD makes getting generic Viagra or Cialis easy. Everything's online, even the prescription, and they deliver to your door. No office visits, no speaking with a receptionist. It's super simple. You can do this in the comfort of your own home and jammies. And did you know Viagra can cost like $90 a pill? I didn't until we started reading this ad copy. And honestly, Super expensive.
RexMD has generic Viagra for like $2 a pill.
Yes.
Way cheaper.
You just have to fill out a quick questionnaire. They'll review it and they'll prescribe it if appropriate. And then your medication gets shipped to you. So you don't have to go anywhere. Again, comfort of your own home in jammies. Gets shipped to you for free. 2-day shipping.
It's fast, simple, and cheap, and you can access your U.S. licensed RexMD physician anytime after you receive the medication.
Yes. Starter packs of generic Viagra and Cialis are now available for our listeners. Just go to rexmd.com/DTF to get started. That's rexmd.com/DTF. Let us know what you think.
You know, it's funny because, like, I remember someone had made a TikTok once where they're like, if he's telling me, if his idea of a first date is just going for a drink, like, I don't like that. My answer is immediately no. Yeah, some girl made a TikTok about it, and then, like, all these other girls were chiming in, and they were like, absolutely not. He needs to take you to dinner. He needs to, like,
That is so
wine and
ridiculous.
dine you.
Not. It needs to be a drink. It needs to
Yes.
start with a drink, because
agree.
if you don't like the
100%.
guy, or if the guy doesn't like the girl, or whoever doesn't
You
like
need
whoever,
an easy out.
you
Yeah.
need an easy out.
One
Yeah.
drink, and then you're done.
Also,
Yeah.
think about it from the way I am, right? A guy's perspective of, if I go on 3 dates a week and they're all dinner dates, I'm down the whole like $700 just going out for
Especially in
dinner.
LA.
Yeah.
And if they
Actually-
want you to take them to catch, oof.
Oh, and that's what the women here want. So it's
I
like,
know.
Yeah.
why can't I
So-
just get a drink?
Okay, yes, it should. I think it should always be either coffee or a drink or something really casual like a walk. I'm totally down for that.
Love
So the
that.
girls that are like, yeah, the girls
that.
that are like, it needs to be dinner, it needs to be this whole shebang. I'm like, you don't know this person. You could sit down for dinner, and before the appetizers even come, you're like, I can't stand you.
And
Oh.
now you
So-
got to sit through the whole thing.
But secondly,
Tragedy.
this reminds me of a question I told Cami that I wanted to ask. Because yeah, if you're dating as a man, like, you're spending a lot of money.
Yeah.
And like, I remember one of my, we were friends with benefits for a while, but we're still friends. Anyways, we just no longer sleep together. But
No judgment.
anyways, he was avocado farmer.
What was that?
Avocado farmer.
You fucked him.
What does that mean?
That's what he was, an avocado farmer. So that's how the listeners know him, is as the avocado farmer.
The British guy.
We give him
farmer.
nicknames, and that's how we
Yeah,
talk.
we give him
Except Calvin.
nicknames.
Calvin gets.
Calvin. Now everyone knows who
Everyone
Calvin
knows
is.
Calvin.
He's like big, essentially. from
He's
Sex and the
6'5".
City.
Yeah,
Like-
he's big.
No, but like he's just like the one everyone knows kind of thing.
I don't think they know what he looks like, but
Okay.
I talk about him a lot. Anyways, but what was the question? Oh, like, he texted me. I was like, hey, how are you doing? Like, he was like, oh, I'm just dating. He was like, hey, I have a question for you. And I'm like, what's up? He was like, when do you think it's like, you know, appropriate for like a girl to maybe like at least contribute, not to the date
Oh,
or
that's a
like
great
at least the
question.
experience? And I was like, usually for me, like, if we've been on like 1 or 2 outings, or maybe 1 to 3 outings,
Yeah.
after that, and I know like I like the person, I want to like spend time with them, whatever, I'll start contributing. Like, whether it's, I'll offer to pay, usually on the second or third time, like I'll offer to
But
split.
would you offer on the first date?
Or offer to split? No,
You wouldn't even offer.
not on the
See,
first
that's
date.
a hard rule for me.
Not on the first date.
You
I
think
will.
she has to offer?
She will never pay. Even if I don't like her one bit, I will never make her pay. But when the bill comes, she has to.
Okay, I do that.
this.
I reach for my bag.
You know, at
Yeah.
least do that. And it's like,
Yeah.
no. Of course
do
I got it.
that.
It's like, okay, thank you. Not, I've been on dates where the bill comes and the woman's just like,
No,
and
I'll
I'm
make.
just like, are you
It's
out of your
awkward
mind?
as fuck sometimes.
I like that distinction because I'll make a move for it.
Yeah,
I
just
will.
make the move.
But
That's
but usually I won't pay. And if they make me pay, then I'll be like,
That's
okay,
fair. No,
done.
that's totally fair.
But second or third time, I'll offer to like split, or like say we go get like dinner afterwards. I'll go buy us ice cream, or I'll go like I'll pay for parking,
Yeah.
something.
So that is,
Yeah.
I think, perfect, right? And especially you don't know where people lie as far as financials, right?
Yeah. And I understand that, but at the same time, it's like, you know, I love women, I love girls, but sometimes the girls in LA just give off the vibe that it's like they need a man to pay for everything. And that's what he was saying. He was complaining. He was like, they went out on like they were bar hopping, like these breweries.
Yeah.
Not once did she offer to pay for a beer. And I was
So-
like, red flag. I'm like, you are not her father.
100%.
You are not her, like, you're not providing for her.
100%.
She should have offered at least.
What happens if you go out with a woman?
We usually split. We always
Okay.
split. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
Occasionally-
So interesting.
So except with C, sometimes with C, I'll pay or she'll pay. We'll kind of alternate. That's my long term.
I have a really
Okay.
funny story about paying on dates.
okay.
And this was a first date.
Oh, let's hear it.
Story.
Oh, I know this story. I hate that
It-
guy.
I met him on Hinge. He was
He just getting a lot of bad press tonight. I like it.
fucking Hinge.
I hate
I don't use Hinge
Hate Hinge.
anymore.
We use that snippet.
My
please.
my ex
I'll make
partner
a clip
still
of it and send
uses
it to you.
Hinge, and I'm like, I don't know why you use that app. Like, hop on Bumble, it's much better. Anyways,
The men on
So-
Hinge act as if like you're like,
Like they're
great.
gods.
Yeah,
And
I'm
it's
like,
like,
no,
I'm
the
sorry.
fuck you're not. Like, sit the
But don't
fuck
all men
down.
act like that?
No, the ones on Bumble
Okay.
treat me like I walk on water.
Yeah,
Bumble's pro
Bumble-
women. Bumble's pro women.
yeah,
Maybe that's
okay.
what- yeah.
And Tinder is just sleazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tinder, they're just
Well,
hot.
Tinder is known
Yeah.
as the worst dating app.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
it's also the one that statistically has led to more marriages.
Oh, has well, I mean,
Probably because it's been around the longest.
Probably.
And the most
I
divorces,
know a dude
for
who's
sure.
one of the first 50 employees at
Tinder.
Tinder.
oh really?
Yeah.
Okay, continue with the story because it's a funny one.
So, anyways, my worst date in LA came from Hinge. That's why everyone should use first rounds on me. Anyways, so basically, he and I had been talking for a little bit, and at one point, like our conversations, I think he kept trying to push for us to meet, and I was like, I don't know. And then at one point, like our conversations were very like we were annoyed with each other and like
Combative,
mad
they
and
sounded,
combative,
yeah.
and it was like, and it wasn't that great. So I was like, you know what? No, I don't want to talk to you anymore. He's like, no, let's at least meet once,
To give it a chance,
just to
yeah.
give
Yeah.
it a chance.
And you being the way you are, not saying no, and go softly
point,
ghosting. You were like, okay.
Yeah, at that point, I was like, you know what? Whatever. Like, I spent this much time talking to this dude, might as well. So he tells me to meet him in this like little, I don't even know what it was. Like this
Alleyway?
it was a brewery.
Oh, okay.
It was like this little brewery in like closer to Hollywood, and it's cold as fuck. I think this was like last February 2021.
I remember.
It's cold as hell. And we meet up, we sit down. I forgot what he orders, but I wasn't hungry. I just order a tea.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to warm up. And the conversation was lacking as hell. And the
Awkward
guy,
silence.
well, the guy was, very like pompous almost, like just like always like just thought the
Who
best
he
of himself.
knows, what he does.
Yeah, and he was just like always like boasting and bragging about himself. So I was like, oh God. And then at the end of the date,
Uh-oh.
the bill comes.
Yeah.
He pulls out it's like the bill's like $20. He pulls out a wad of hundreds. I'm not kidding you. Probably a stack this big of hundreds. And he goes, I don't want to break any of these.
No.
Get the fuck out of here.
I was like,
Get the fuck out of here.
Wow.
you fucker. I give the card to the waitress and I was like,
No, you
do this
didn't.
as quick as possible.
No way.
I did.
Holy shit.
And she ran the card, came back. I was like, I just left. I
Maybe
was
they
like,
were probably fake. They were counterfeit.
I was so angry. I was like, I can't believe I even like gave this a chance. I never should have.
But people would think that these stories are fake if they didn't live in LA.
Oh yeah,
like,
but then you
once
come to
you
LA,
live here,
like,
you're
what
like,
the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was wearing like nice clothes. I'm pretty sure he had well, unless they were like fake, but like Gucci shoes, like all done up. Like he was a well like put together dude, right? And then he's a pilot, whatever.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
We're not all like that.
So I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like it was,
And we
one of
don't
the
carry
worst
cash. I
things.
don't know a pilot that
I
carries
haven't
cash.
carried cash in the longest time.
Actually, I take that back. My ex-husband was also a pilot, and he loved to have cash on him.
I was gonna say the running joke when we all went on vacation.
I always used to joke that the favorite, like every time we went on vacation, my husband's favorite spot was the ATM. All he wanted to, he was like, "You mean cash? I never carry cash."
But
Shout
I
out to
think,
Nate.
I think, yeah, little things of I'll pay for parking, I'll buy ice cream. That goes
Something.
such a long way. But our friend of ours, he was dating this woman for for 5 years, and he's pretty wealthy, and she's like an actress, struggling, and they live together. And she breaks up with him, and she writes a list of demands, right? And she says,
For the breakup.
she says, in order for you to stay with me, right, this is what you need to do. And one of them was like, I need $500 more a month for a new car. I need, $100 allowance per week for this, right? And like a big bill to be with him.
How much was that weekly total?
It was probably a couple of grand, right?
Okay.
And he just wrote back like, no, we're broken up. Goodbye. And then that
Good
was
for
it.
him.
Yeah.
Here's the
The
thing.
gall of her.
Yeah, no,
And
like
I will
the
say real
balls.
quick, Cami and I went on a little drink. We didn't.
Wait, can we get deets?
Okay, but we were just meeting up to
talk about
Talk
podcasting.
about podcasting.
And-
But
Okay,
then at
let's
the end
hear
of
it.
it, I was like, "Wait, are you like attracted to me?
Oh, okay.
Like, what was this like a feeling things out?
And?
Yeah, I mean, I said I am attracted to Cami. Yes.
Then and now.
Then and now.
I
Yeah.
like that. I was feeling like a little river of sexual tension here.
I like it.
You know?
Well, I will say that I paid because I didn't know if it was a business meeting or
I
a
didn't
date.
either. I was like, well, I didn't know what to do.
What
at
was
that
the
point. I
order?
was
Can you
like,
let me know so I can expense it to the company?
Yeah, no. We'll write that it was a.
But I
meeting,
will
so-
say that she, I believe she offered to pay as well,
Oh, that's nice. Good for you.
and
With my credit card.
and was very, very.
She's my bank account, but no, I'm just kidding.
She was very grateful as well that I paid.
Aw.
But she did say, she's like, is this, like we kind of said as we were walking back to the car, like, was this a date or was it a?
And
I think it kind of morphed as we went.
what
Yeah,
I think
maybe a
those
little
are the
bit.
best though.
I like
that
it.
morph into dates because it means it's going well.
It was short and sweet though, because we both had stuff to
Did
do.
it end
and-
with a kiss?
Yeah, but I think short and sweet is great because then it leaves something wanting.
Yeah.
100%.
I think.
100%.
So, yeah. Well, but kind of going back to your question of like whether or not you sleep with someone on the first date.
Yeah.
I sometimes I just go off of energy. If I want to sleep with them and they're down and like we had a good time and we do it, then we do
Amen.
it. Yeah.
So
And then, but if I need more time to decide if I like the person or if like I'm not feeling it, not in the mood, whatever, like I won't force it and I'll just like wait till another time and like, we'll make another date.
So if you
So-
know you like them and you're attracted to them and you want to be with them longer, would you sleep with them the first date or wait for them to hold out the second
No,
date?
the longevity of the relationship is not going to affect how soon I sleep with them.
So
We
Hannah,
did have this debate like last
so
week.
my girlfriend
Let's hear it.
does the opposite.
Okay.
She made me wait to the second date
Okay.
because she really liked me. But if she doesn't like somebody, she'll sleep with them on the first date. And I was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, honestly, that's
There's
smart.
nothing wrong with that.
That's
And-
smart. I've taken that tactic before.
Yeah?
It does make sense in its own way.
It does work though, from my point of view. Like
I haven't adopted it, so I don't know. But,
Yeah.
but
to,
I've had.
to
I've-
each their own.
so my ex-husband, who was my teacher, he taught my courses on Monday nights, and so I was in college. I was 18. He texted me at Wednesday at 9 p.m. He's like, "Want to hang out?" I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure." So I go over to his place. We study for the test. We do study, and some pilot stuff, whatever. And then at the end of the night, we ended up hooking up. I spent the night, whatever. And I remember, like, immediately, I was like, "This is the man I'm going to marry one day."
Oh wow.
I just knew.
This is like some Top Gun stuff.
And it's one of
my
those,
breath away.
and like I know that I already like knew him like as okay, I'm done. I already know that I knew him like as my
Joseph, you'll take my breath away.
for the love of God. So I knew him as my teacher, but I didn't know him outside of that like at all. And so I mean, I don't know if that like played a factor or not. Like I don't know if you'd count that as our first date, but like it was the first time that we ever like spent time outside of the classroom, and like we slept together, and like that didn't affect our 10-year relationship, So it's like you just I don't know. So
I assume you passed the class.
I did, yeah.
Did you guys ever Mile High Club?
No, actually. Well, so we owned an airplane for some time. I blew him in it occasionally, but that was about it.
Nice.
That's nice.
So when we would go
Okay.
flying, just him and I. But what I'm saying there is like I really don't think that like when you sleep with a person is gonna like affect the relationship's
I agree.
longevity. I don't
Yeah.
think it matters at all.
Yeah.
One time I went on a date. This was a memorable one. And the first date was fantastic. I loved the energy. I loved the way like he and I connected and talked, and like I couldn't wait for a second date.
What was the first date?
We were just at a bar.
Okay, so
in-
it's just like good vibe.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were just at a bar in downtown LA. Are you fucking kidding me?
I broke the pen. I'm sorry. That was my
Like-
bad. Just keep the pen. Continue.
I like this pen.
We have 3 more.
Anyways, so then the second day we actually planned to meet up again. This time I have him over. I think we like cooked dinner or something, and then we had sex. And I was so glad we got it out of the way because I was like, I'm never talking to him again because
Oh,
it
wow.
was not good.
So, but
The sex was not good, but the second date was good.
yeah.
No, the first date was great. The second
But-
date, well, and he
So,
also,
yeah. So was the date before
Yeah,
the sex?
before the
How was
sex.
it?
it was okay. I mean, it was good. It seemed like great conversation, but he did mention he was a Trump supporter. And I'm not like, I don't like to get political, especially, not on our show because everybody's entitled to their own
Love that.
political opinions.
But I do have my
Pro-choice,
own.
everyone. We're pro-choice, your choice, okay? Anyways, a political party affiliation. So,
I feel like this is your own little campaign speech right here. You got to run.
but anyway, but I was never a huge fan of just how Trump acted sometimes. So whenever he said that, I was not very like, it didn't affect it too much because, like I have friends who, are different political parties than I am. But for some reason, like that coupled with bad sex, I was just like,
Not
I'm
worth
done.
it.
Why? So,
Not worth it.
at what point was the sex bad? Was
Yeah,
it-
what made it bad?
Yeah.
The way he humped,
What do you mean humped?
like,
Like while I was in you, or
yeah.
like a rabbit kind
No,
of?
it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I don't even know how to explain.
Like, what's a bad
it.
hump?
Like it was just like it wasn't good. It was like this weird, like I don't know how to describe it. Maybe he went like an S or something. I don't
Oh,
know
like
what
he had a.
I have no idea how to describe it, but it
Oh,
was
his dick
terrible.
had like a curve to it. I like it.
No, the
curve
movement
sometimes.
pattern. The
I
movement
don't
pattern.
mind if
movement.
the dick is curved, but I didn't like the way he moved his body with
I see. Okay.
me underneath him.
Okay.
So I'll never. Yeah, I was like, after that, I'm done.
Wait, I'm curious.
And then I never spoke to him again. Actually.
You go
I never-
as you do. You ghosted him. Yeah,
I
we know.
I
That's your
didn't
MO.
reach out. He didn't reach out. We both didn't.
A
reach
mutual ghost.
No, I've
A
had
mutual
those.
ghost.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, that's always nice. That's clean.
That's really nice.
I
Yeah, because then
love
you're like,
mutual
oh,
ghosts.
thank God.
Yeah.
Imagine life had mutual ghosts.
Yeah, I've had a couple. There was a guy, I'll never forget this. We had been talking on Tinder and he was like, "Hey, let's meet up. I'm free today." And this was like literally I work from home, but like around noon, I'll take my lunch, I'll go run errands, whatever. When I have a little bit of free time. And the night before I had slept with a guy and like the condom broke. So I was like, I think I need to go get plan B. So he was like, let's meet up. I'm like, do you have a Costco membership? And he was like, yes. I'm like, can we go to Costco because I need plan B and it's really cheap
Wait, this
there.
is the guy from the night before or a new guy?
A new guy.
What?
so you
This
get,
was a really unhinged. This was a really unhinged moment.
and you get your plan B like wholesale, like the huge.
No,
crate.
I don't get it wholesale.
Okay.
Anyways, and he agreed to go to Costco with me and get plan B. And then afterwards we got coffee right next to Costco at a Starbucks.
Who was this? Did I meet him?
No, you never met him. Anyways, and then we had coffee. We talked. Great conversation. Never spoke again.
Wow.
Never spoke again.
Wow.
I didn't
A
reach
mutual
out. He didn't
ghost.
reach out. It was beautiful.
I mean, I understand why he didn't reach out.
I felt really bad. I should
You
have
went to go get
apologized for
Plan
it.
B with your
Yeah,
money.
but I was in my defense. Like we both like had this like agreement of like this. We think this is really
Did he
cool.
pay for the plan B?
No, I paid for it.
Okay, that would have been really nice. Really
No.
sweet.
Yeah.
Or
Really
just like a
thoughtful.
big sucker. Yeah, I don't know. I don't
But
know
it
about
was,
that.
but it was one of those things where it's like we knew there wasn't a future, and like it was nice to like meet up and get to know each other. But then we were just like, meh,
I was
Yeah.
always a big ghoster.
really.
Right? Yeah.
I sometimes I feel really bad about it. My therapist told me that we need to get better at it, so we're working on
Yeah, I
it. We are.
feel like
But-
as you get older, you just don't ghost and you just
yeah.
figure out something to say.
I will say this though. If I tell a guy I'm like I'm not interested and they keep pursuing after I tell them
yeah.
very clearly, hey, this isn't like sorry, I don't have time for it, whatever, then I'll ghost. Actually, that's the majority of the time that I ghost. So is that ghosting?
No, it's not.
That's fair.
Talk to Melissa
It's-
about this. I don't know. how to
According to
answer.
Cami, it's a soft ghost because she'll keep responding, and then
But see, I
it's a
stopped
lot of confusion.
responding because I'm like, I already told you I'm not interested, but you keep asking me and like, let's, just give me a chance, whatever. And I'm like, I can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
So
but I feel like you were gonna ask something before when we were talking about the hump, the S in the hump.
Oh, I was gonna ask what makes sex bad with a girl. I'm curious.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's a great question, actually, because I never get
Okay, well,
feedback,
first and
except
foremost,
for like
I mean, do
you
want
did
to
great.
touch on it first?
What do you got? If you
Well, I was
want.
gonna say first and foremost,
Confidence.
confidence. No, I would say like I like to start with foreplay, right? So
That's great.
That's great. Yeah, a lot of guys don't.
that's normal. No, it's
Joe,
not-
yeah.
Okay.
A lot of guys skip foreplay.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless
well, maybe
the
I'm just getting
foreplay's
better
dick
at it.
sucking.
But if she can't give a good blowjob, that's like huge red flag, and then it's tough to come back from that.
Oh, okay.
That's important to me.
What constitutes
Interesting.
a good
I've met some girls that are horrible kissers.
A
that
kiss
give,
is important
but
too, though.
that give really good blowjobs, and it's like how does it not correlate?
I've been told I'm a
lips
great
done?
kisser, and I give phenomenal hand jobs. I've told my
A hand job. I've never met.
A hand job is the most underrated thing in my opinion.
Yeah,
I
and
think-
every guy that I've given a hand job to, they're like, "This is top."
So
They're like, "This is better than your
That's
blowjobs."
like the gold star. If
Yeah.
a woman could give a great hand job, it's like, who the fuck are you and where did you come from? Because
That's the one that
like,
I get
we
the
have
best
such an angle,
reviews on.
and like we're just so used to it
Mm-hmm.
that it's perfect the way we do it to ourselves. So if you could even come 75% of that, it's like wow, that's
Okay.
impressive.
Is that what I got to work on now?
hand jobs.
I will say I don't give a lot of time to hand jobs
But-
because I
but-
always thought that no one liked them.
No,
if
see-
they're good, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but
okay. The
I like the
response,
combo
Write it
of the
down.
hand job, blow job.
Write it
That's
down.
very important for me.
Well, I like to do that.
Like
but,
I don't like hand job, blow job.
like put the hand and then.
Oh no, I normally just it's all up.
But I
here.
also like to
all the
deep
work.
throw, so you can't, my
Depends
favorite
on
thing.
the size. Depends
my-
on the size.
Well,
I'm
no
not
matter
about to no.
no matter the size, my favorite thing ever, and I don't know why I'm going to go off on this tangent, but I just got
He
thinking
always
about it.
does.
It is my favorite thing, and I think more girls need to try it. So my favorite thing is when the guy will like choke me with their cock, like shove me
Oh,
down
yeah,
as
I
far as they
mean-
can. Yep. And as soon as I come up, smack me across the face.
Whoa,
Whoa.
Yeah.
that's a new
Okay.
twist. I got to try that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so hot.
Really?
It is.
How
it is
hard is
actually
the
I've done
smack?
that. Is
I
pretty-
get wet just thinking about
How
it.
hard is this?
Like
I
pretty
thought I felt something.
Joseph with floor sign.
It's like a pretty good, but it needs to be like an open hand like smack.
Yeah.
Like
but
that-
make it hearty.
Yeah.
But
Make
what-
that slap.
Really?
Yeah.
Across the face.
across
Do you like
the
it to
face.
like the point, not the slap, the choking to the point of like tearing up?
Yeah, the
'Cause I
like
actually-
the dirtier I get, the better.
Interesting, because I don't like that type of porn.
Really?
Or in real life.
No, I don't like
Yeah.
it. I don't like the porn.
like
the
that.
porn
The
looks
tr-
intense.
The
I would
true
never do it.
gagging and like, ugh, not,
That
That
not
was
for
I
me.
part of
don't
last
like
night.
throwing
we did
up
that
a
last
lot.
night.
No.
I
'Cause
don't
I've
want
had
to throw
that
up. I
happen.
don't want to throw up. But I want to go like deep enough to where like it really pushes
That's
me
a
to,
big
like,
Wait,
turn
have
on
you
for me.
thrown up on
So
Yes.
with my
Oh.
ex dom, he and I did deep throating lessons for about 4 months.
What do you mean lessons?
It was an entire curriculum on
YouTube?
Yeah,
On
it was-
YouTube or?
No.
no, just
Someone
self
teaches you.
In person, self-taught.
Yeah, just the various ways to deep throat.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna lie, I got very good at it, but I will say I like often, especially at the beginning, like gagged a lot, and a few times I did actually like throw up a little bit. And but,
I don't like throwing up.
Did
found
you
it-
stay hard after you threw up?
He found it hot.
Really?
Some guys do.
Some guys do.
Did you
But,
clean
like-
him off before you continued?
No, he would clean himself up. I
Okay.
never did any of the work.
No, I don't think you should. Your throat's like fucked
No,
up.
exactly,
Relax.
exactly. But like, I didn't like the way it made my throat feel like long term, so I stopped doing that. So
Okay.
now I don't even know how my head game is because I just don't.
I think you
deep
should
throat.
try the blowjob hand job combo.
Try it. It's good.
It's really good. So
Wait, but I was gonna ask Steve what
Yes.
constitutes as great sex from women. I know for like I guess from I don't know for girls like maybe we can answer that later, but let's hear your response. I want to know.
I would say like, I mean, if both people like are in sync, right? So it's
Okay, the
not necessarily,
connection.
yeah, it's
100%.
more like,
Energy.
I
I
mean,
agree with that as
definitely,
well.
like definitely the like spiritual, mental, emotional
Emotional
connection.
connection.
But I'm talking about like the physical, like if you guys are moving together, like more of like a dance, right? Like
Okay.
that's very important. So it doesn't just fall on the woman, right? Both people kind of have to move.
Or fall on a man, fall on one. Okay.
Exactly.
I see. So rhythm.
Yeah, rhythm. But outside of that, I would say like just like the ability to like, I mean, I guess like ride a dick really well, essentially, right?
like
and that's kind of the same thing because it doesn't just fall on the woman, but like, you know, certain women know how to move. Like, okay, so this girl, I was at Saddle Ranch like last year, the bar on Sunset, right?
Yeah.
And this girl from Mexico was there, and we were all hanging out. And she got on the mechanical bull.
Oh, okay. I was like, where
Love
is this
this.
going? She
No-
rode you at Saddle Ranch.
No
How fitting.
hands. No hands at all. Like people on the bull, they're holding on for dear life. She did not use her hands at all. She was just all thighs. And I got so rock hard in the middle of Saddle Ranch. And then we hooked up that night, and it was incredible. I was the bull. Like,
I love that.
yeah, not in like
Save a
a
horse,
sexual
ride a cowboy.
word of
Yeah.
the bull, but like,
Yeah.
yeah. And she was
You're a
Taurus?
Taurus.
You're a
bull.
Taurus?
yes,
Yeah.
it all
Soft
comes back.
bull.
Yeah, but like it perfect, perfect, I guess, translation from the bull to the sex.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Phenomenal.
It was everything I
Did you set
imagined.
the bar?
Maybe, yeah, probably.
Wow.
Yeah.
She made the Hall of
and
Fame.
I will say she was on the bull longer than she was on me. That's how good it was. And that's yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so I would say the ability to like move your body in the
The movement. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So head game and movement. Honorable
And
mention.
communication, right?
Communication. Yeah.
Well, and I don't mean that in like a, sappy way. But like you tell me, what do
Yeah.
you like, and then I could do it to you, so it turns you on.
Well, not only that, but like I think, during sex, like some people get so quiet. Like
Yeah,
I
and I
want
think that ruins it all.
feedback. I need
Yeah.
to know. Like,
Tell
is
me
this
what you
good?
like.
Yeah, exactly. So I
to
love.
the left.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
No, but it's true. Like so many people forget like communication during sex, not just before. Like because people usually like they'll
during
they'll
sex.
sext, they'll all those things. So they'll like build up to it and like kind of discuss what they like. I love that
Yeah.
piece. Before I go on a date with someone or before I like hook up with someone. But during, I still need the feedback. I still need to know. Kind
Yeah,
of,
and
like,
I think we should take it like
yeah.
personal. And if you don't take it personal, it's great. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, like do this with your hand. It feels really good. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Instead of like, oh, so I'm not doing it good.
No, and that's the thing is like, but that's why you need the feedback because you could be
Right.
doing something and they're like, maybe I don't like that. Like for me, for example, I don't typically like fingering. So if a guy starts fingering me, like I usually have to voice like, or I'll do it beforehand. So they don't-
Really? I
yeah.
love it.
However,
Really?
my most recent partner is phenomenal at it. So
okay. So what makes him better at it? If he's one of the few that you will allow to do
he
it.
is one of the few that I will allow to do it. He doesn't just like jackhand
Yeah,
me with his
fingering
fingers.
should never be like playing angry piano, like kitty paws. No.
No, it should be like a nice like stroke. Like,
Okay,
I've
yeah.
I
fingered
can't wait
girls
to make a
like,
clip of that.
Wait, this is not the way to do it.
that's not the way to do it. You'd be
No,
surprised
but
how many
really,
men.
guys should take notes. You never want to finger a girl and just like, ba 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 ba, like make it.
But you
a
need like
lot
more clip
smoother.
play.
Yeah, you gotta like. You gotta
No, you have to.
massage
You
it.
have to. Yeah, it's just. It's a
And
whole
and
thing.
here's the thing. So we'll talk about the anatomy of the vagina. Okay, so you have the clit on the outside, right? The G spot
technically
is
part of it is on the inside, but okay, keep going.
well, okay, but you have the part that comes out, right? And then you've got the rest of it that comes down. It makes a figure eight on the anus, and then the back of the clitoris is the G spot inside. So how do you find a woman's G spot? You go
Up and
inside.
then-
Yeah, and so
And that's why foreplay is so important because you have to get the clit ready. Or
Absolutely.
easier to find. Yeah.
a man that knows that the
35
clit needs to be
years, you learn
stimulated.
something.
So wait, so
My mom taught me that when I was 7. She's like, I want you to be equipped for life. And I was like, what are you talking about, Mom? And, can I have ice cream? Yeah. And that was that. But I learned early and I put it to use.
No, you should. Yeah, the clitoris needs to be stimulated, just like the prostate. Prostate needs to be stimulated.
so what do you think?
Makes good sex.
Yeah.
From a man. When they
Don't hump weird.
Does size matter?
no.
No,
Okay.
I've had
never.
phenomenal sex with men that are like 4 inches.
Okay.
Like, yeah. So, and
I will take a boyfriend dick over a big dick.
So what's a
Any
boyfriend dick?
5.
That's what I-
Regular
half.
size.
That's
Five and
Hannah, so
average,
Hannah
5.5.
tells me you have a great boyfriend dick, and I was like, that's
yeah,
so
boyfriend
insulting. Like, why would you say that to me?
No, that's not
And she's like,
insulting.
no,
Boyfriend
seriously.
dick is long term.
All right, but when a woman fantasizes about a dick, they're not fantasizing about a boyfriend
Yeah,
dick.
they're fantasizing about.
No, I'm fantasizing about the man attached to the dick. Okay, I
Really?
don't.
it better feel good.
No,
I don't
no, no.
care what size you are. It needs to feel
No,
good.
I don't care what size it is, like, or whether or not it feels good. Like, I care
So
about
it's a
whether or not I
genuine
like the
compliment that I
person.
have a boyfriend dick.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, so next time you fantasize about a guy and his dick, I want you to pretend it's 1 inch and see how. Yeah.
So I did.
And just
I
see how
did
that-
once encounter a micro penis. And you're right. I probably wouldn't fantasize about that, but I did really like the guy.
And what was that encounter like?
So this was back in college, right before I met my ex-husband, and we were fooling around in this guy's truck.
Was it a big truck? Did he compensate?
No,
for
no,
the-
no.
okay.
Actually, no. It was a very regular sized truck. And then, so we start playing around. He pulls it out, and it's like this big. Take out my nail. That doesn't belong. So it's about this big, and about this. This was literally it. Anyways, and I just didn't know what to do. I was like 18 years old. I had no idea.
Like,
And this is after I encountered a guy that was literally like this big and like the size of a hydro flask. So I was like, I didn't know penises could go from this range. So anyways, I was learning a lot. And he pulled it out, and I was just like stroking it, like giving him a hand job, whatever. We were just like
but
fooling
you
around
couldn't
for a
really
little bit.
stroke though, right?
It's kind of like, I don't know.
More of a tug.
Yeah. So we just messed around for a little bit, but then after a while, I felt really nervous, and we just kind of eventually like stopped hooking up, and like I went up to my dorm room, and that was it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I was nervous. Yeah. Anyways, but
Compared to Nikki, I've had very average experiences with just regular sized dicks. Some big ones, but regular for the most part.
What's
Yeah.
some big mean? Like when you say some big, is it like he takes it out and you're like, wow?
He
Like-
he unrolls it essentially.
I think to me,
And
like
you gasp.
7.5 and 7.5
After
and up is
7.5,
bigger.
that's a
But
big
below
puppy.
9, below 9,
And then
girth matters.
yeah, if it's like super girthy, that's
Whoa.
even more
that was a
terrifying.
big.
Oh, but no,
you were
no,
like
no,
super
no. It's not, But
So, but because those like take preparation, like it's a when I had an old partner of mine that was well endowed, and it was like it kind of felt like a chore every time I had to have sex with him, because I was like, I really got to like prepare myself and like relax, and like you got to get really wet for this. Don't get me wrong, I love big dicks, like they're super fun. They're really like a really fun challenge, especially like for choking, but like that's not like what's gonna dictate a good experience in bed.
So now I know you mentioned you had the gag issues with the throwing up. Does that translate into anal?
Oh, I love anal.
Okay, so everyone knows on the pod, Nikki is the anal
Queen.
enthusiast.
Queen.
And then I am the anal what's the word?
Antichrist?
No, she's scared of it, but it's okay. We're working through
I'm
it.
not into it either.
I've never
Really?
done
Yeah.
it. Never done it.
It's
Y'all are aligned with that.
I mean, I've just had really bad experiences with it. that
I'm
I
very
don't really-
intimidated by it.
I've had phenomenal orgasms from it. Yeah.
It's just not something I want. I will stick a butt plug any day, but I will not put a dick in there.
Okay.
Fair.
For men, your G spot is in your anus. And
Yes.
I've
So you got to
made-
try beads.
I've made men come from just fingering.
Have
their
you had your
assholes.
asshole licked?
Dicked?
licked?
Oh, I was going to say no. No dick has been in my asshole.
Okay, but licked.
Licked.
Close. The
Close.
Yeah,
Okay.
like
What is it called,
definitely
the
the
perineum?
gooch area.
Okay.
And like,
Okay, like the taint.
yeah.
What-
But I
what's the
do like the
perineum?
fingers.
Perineum? Is that, am I saying that right?
Huh?
Is that a part? I
Lord.
think it's a part of the. We'll Google it.
Perineum?
We'll give it a
Like the
Google.
lower part, right?
I don't know.
Fingers are good though.
I like
really
fingers.
like
Yeah.
fingers.
It's so soft.
But
in
you got
there.
to try the tongue.
It's really soft in
You
there.
and Hannah
You
should
guys are scaring me with those nails. Why you say that?
Oh, anytime I do finger my partner's assholes, I will remove my nails. Like if I want to get into anal play, I'll remove my nails.
They're not scratchy.
But that's like I don't finger girls a whole lot because I do often have nails. But
Right.
yeah, I prefer to.
What do you prefer? Do you prefer having sex with a man or a woman?
I think it depends on her mood.
It depends
Yeah,
on my mood.
okay.
Yeah, I love sex with women. It's phenomenal, and I've had some of like the best orgasms from women. But I don't know. I do end up like missing penetration because I love penetration. But I've had girls that like strapped me or like pegged me, and I've pegged them. So like that's really nice.
Okay.
But they're just so soft, and like I don't know. Every time I have sex with a woman, I'm just like, I could go lesbian. Like I could do it, but I don't think I ever will.
Okay.
So, I've had.
Well, I think it kind of wraps up
yeah, we've had all of them.
our. Well, do we have any last dating questions?
We've covered a lot of dating topics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we really have.
We did.
Ooh.
I don't know. I guess. Do you guys like the idea of meeting someone for a drink right away and?
Yeah.
And not
Yeah.
talking first. So do you know how the app works?
She explained it a little bit. I've never
Okay.
used it. Yeah.
So
how does it work?
basically, so like all the other apps, Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, you swipe through, you match with somebody, right?
Okay.
Well, you swipe right or whatever, and then you match. With our app, you swipe through.
Okay.
If you see someone you like, instead of swiping to match, you send them a date invite directly, right?
wow.
So first round's on me. You choose a drink, a location, and a time.
Love that.
So it'll say like Steve wants to take you to Gracias Madre Sunday at 5 p.m., right?
Love that.
You'll get it in your inbox.
I'll be in New York. Sorry.
Okay.
So we'll get there in a second. So you'll get it in your inbox. You could accept it, reject it, or if you're going to be in New York and you want to go, you could suggest a new date, right? And then I'll get the request back and I'll say, okay, I want to go. So if I accept it, then we can only chat on the app 6 hours before the date starts.
Oh, wow.
So that takes out all the small talk up front. And the 6 hours is more for like logistics and kind of like sussing out the person, or hey, I'm going to be 5 minutes late. Don't
Okay.
leave. I'll be there. I'm sorry, whatever. So yeah, 6 hours before the date. You can only schedule 1 date per day and only a week out in advance. So it really puts value on who you actually want to invite on a date,
Okay.
and then who you want to spend your time with. So
Yeah.
What information are you giving up front about the person?
the bio is pretty similar to the other apps. Like have your
It's like a Hinge
photos,
style.
yeah,
Okay.
prompts, photos, couple questions, like fun questions, and you could put your Instagram, so you could
Vet
actually
them.
like vet someone and
That
stalk
would be
them.
my
I
thing.
submit
Is like,
some questions to put in the bios.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
please.
100%.
no, but that would be my thing is like the ability to vet them. So like an Instagram or something, just so I can go look them up. But then can we add astrology sign on there?
Yeah, you brought that up before, and I had to make a mental note of it. Yes, 100%.
You should.
But
'cause
also,
I don't date Virgos.
after all this, vagina and cock talk, we're doing a pop up in New York at this place called Sugarwood, right?
Okay.
So it's like donuts that are made out of vagina and cocks, and like
I've seen those. Yeah.
So
yeah.
if you guys are in New York, we're gonna do a launch with them
Okay.
You can
When?
do October 7th.
So
Oh, damn. We won't be in New York. Then. Okay. That would have been dope, though.
Yeah.
We love New York.
Well, maybe next time you're there.
And I love anything shaped like a cock.
Yeah.
Same.
We'll bring them back for you.
Perfect.
Perfect.
And you both could let us know what you like better, the cock or the pussy,
Mm-hmm. That's a tough one.
donut wise.
Oh, don't know why. Okay.
I like all donuts, whatever shape and size they come in. Okay, but yeah, sounds good. Okay.
I like it.
All
That
right.
sounds great. Like, yeah, maybe I'll get on the app. Like I said, right now I'm a little saturated. I'm maybe room for like one more. But
I made a profile.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I don't like being on dating apps much,
same.
But I
Just
do
making the
try 'em.
profile is
Yeah.
nice support.
but I do like.
I'll go make a profile.
Yeah, I do.
And
like
I'll probably go just grab a drink with someone. Sometimes I
Please.
really like to just go grab a drink with someone because it feels therapeutic to me.
Yes.
I have those
getting to
experiences
know
all
a
the
new
time.
energy or a new
Yeah.
person
Yeah.
is nice sometimes.
Exactly. And I think we were saying before, like, like the Costco guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you had a really nice connection, really nice conversation. Like sometimes like life is just like,
It's just
you
nice.
just meet somebody and you have a good 10 minutes with them and that's it. And
Yeah.
that's it.
Let
And you can
go.
give us some feedback
Yeah,
on the whole
will do.
experience.
Will do. Is it like, if you want to meet a girl, can you,
Yeah, for
bisexual,
sure.
and
100%.
gay? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right, so plug yourselves. Where can we find you, Joe and Steve, Steve and Joe?
On Instagram, you
Plug
mean.
yourself, Joe.
That's what plug means?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's first rounds on Joe, and then our app is first rounds on me.
Love that.
Yeah, that's all.
Steve.
I'm on there.
Oh,
Okay.
you know what? Okay.
Well, it's at Steve Rossiter _.
Okay.
STEVEROSSITER _. But no, I do a lot of the content for the app, so you can find me on there as well.
All the girls on YouTube are going to be like, where can we find him?
No. Anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in as always.
Wear
Yes.
condoms. Yes. You know where to find us, doubleteampodcast.com. I still need a sugar daddy, guys. Patreon.com/doubleteampodcast.
Love you guys. We'll
Go
see you
on,
next
get a
time.
drink. First round's on you, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
100%.
perfect.
Absolutely.
All right.
Let's go.
I'll reach for my bag.
Thank you.
Love that. Oh, that was great.
Oh, thank you guys so much.